Can you make phenomenal brownies using sweet potato? Spoiler alert, yes you can, and they are absolutely incredible. Now, at the end of this video, there's going to be some substantial taste testing over 2 days. So there's going to be the first one, which is going to be shortly after they were baked, and then the following one the next day, so you can see how they become even more fudgy. So this is the shopping list that you're going to need. You're going to need some sweet potatoes, obviously. Now I'm cooking the sweet potatoes first, and I ended up with about 400 grams worth of cooked sweet potato. You want some cocoa powder, bicarb soda, smooth peanut butter, salt, vanilla extract, about 75 grams worth of milk chocolate cooking, some chocolate chips, some plain flour. We don't need much, but we'll go through the amount once we go through the process. And we're going to want some caster sugar that I forgot to put out when I started recording the video. Now you're going to want some equipment, obviously a weighing scales. You're going to want a cake tin, which is, I've used one that's approximately 8" by 2" deep. And you want some baking parchment. And you're going to get your sweet potatoes. You want to prick them all over. Make sure that you turn the potatoes over halfway through. Yep, stick them in the microwave for about 10 minutes until they are fully cooked. Make sure you twist them over. Then you want to split them open, let them cool, because they will be absolutely roasting, which is the mistake I made when I started to peel them. Once they are cooled down, scoop out all of the flesh and mash it so it is lovely and smooth. As I said, we got approximately 400 grams because the bowl weighs about 120 there. So that's what I use for this recipe. Then I broke up half of that bar, which was about 75 grams, stuck it in the microwave for about 20 seconds, then let the residual heat melt it through. You don't want to microwave it too much, otherwise it will crystallize. Scrape every single drop of that melted chocolate into your bowl. Then add 2 tablespoons of smooth peanut butter. This is the 100% peanut, which is the best ones, hasn't got any other dodgy ingredients. Then we can add in a tablespoon of just regular oil. Give that a little mix so that that's all combined before we start adding all of the other ingredients. So you can see here we're going to start adding the flour, and we don't really need too much, to be perfectly honest, about 40 grams of the plain flour, and then we're going to be adding the cocoa powder, and this is approximately 25 grams. Okay, if you're 1 gram here or there, don't worry too much. I know that it's a bit of a strict science, but baking that is, but you know, 1 gram here or there will be fine. This is quite a robust recipe. So then we've got our caster sugar, approximately 50. It can take a beating, and you can put all these ingredients in different orders and it will work. Trust me, right? Then mix all that through until it's nice and smooth. It doesn't need to be runny because it works. Then add the teaspoon and a half of bicarb of soda. Mix that through. Then you're going to add half of the chocolate chips, because you want half to put on the top. And trust me, you want them on the top because it looks absolutely phenomenal with loads and loads and loads of the chocolate chips. Now again, I forgot to put in the vanilla extract, so put in, you know, a teaspoon or 2 of that and give that a mixy mix so that is fully combined. Then you want to prep your cake tin, so put in some butter. Then I like to do this thing where you get 2 strips of the baking parchment and give it another little bit of a wipe so it doesn't all stick, and then get another strip and lay it the other way, and then you can just pull it out, comes out really nicely, and then you can give a little bit more butter on the top of the baking parchment as well once it's done. But there you go, really easy. So then we scoop out this gloriously chocolatey mixture, put it in there. As I say, it's going to be relatively thick, but it shouldn't be like completely unmovable. It's going to be sticky and gooey, and try and move it into the corner so it's nice and level. Then what I did was I sprinkled over liberally with some sea salt, and then here you go. Here are our chocolate chips. Cover that bad boy in those chocolate chips, because that's what it's all about. Look how incredible it is, how enticing. You know this is going to be good when it's absolutely caked in chocolate chips. So we're going with about 170 for 20 to 25 minutes. It's all going to depend on your oven. That's the facts. It's all going to depend on your oven. But 2025, 170 preheated. Look at that. It's gooey, it's glorious, it's soft, it's gungy. It's like incredible in all the best ways. Trust me, you're going to absolutely love this. Hi guys, welcome back to the taste test. Today we did brownies. I mean, who doesn't like brownies? But we did them with sweet potato. Now what I would say is that brownies has always been a bit of a nemesis. It's probably the bake that I've had the most fouls over the years. You either undercook them and they're just like soup, they're just like a pudding, or you overcook them and you've got cake. It's so easy to go either way, okay? But this, because we're using essentially completely different ingredients, completely different type, you are able to keep that soft, squidgy, fudgy inside, whatever. It's kind of almost foolproof. And we all know that baking is notoriously difficult, it's scientific. We need to get things accurate. These are recipes that make it a little bit easier. So, as I say, we've added sweet potato. It's always good to ram in some veg where you can. It's like when I was making this, I was thinking it's like when you're a kid and your mum makes you spaghetti bolognese or a soup or whatever, and she crams in as many veggies and then blitzes it up, and they always say you don't know, so you get a little bit of goodness, and this is like the same thing. So there we go. That's what it looks like. It looks pretty good, I think. It's really, really soft. It's really, really soft. It's really, really fudgy and squishy. I know it's going to be good. There's loads of chocolate chips. It's actually breaking in my hand because I've been mucking about with this for the photographs and whatever so much. But let's take a test. Oh my God. That's incredible. To think that this is like, I don't know, 60% potato. It's almost got the texture is almost a little bit like mash, I guess, rather than the, like the aerated texture you get with cake. It's a lot more smooth. It's light, incredibly gooey. I mean, ridiculously gooey. I mean, it's solid. I mean, you can see that it's solid. It's not a runny mess, but it's really soft. It's really smooth. It's really chocolatey. It's got just enough sweetness. It's absolutely fantastic, and this will go good with basically anything. I think we're going to have to get some of the old squirty cream out for this, and this is going to be absolutely fantastic. So have a go, give it a go instead of your usual brownies, and hit the like button, subscribe, all that sort of usual stuff that is always good for this channel. So hope this is a good one. Take it easy and don't eat too much. Don't eat too much if you can try. So it's actually the next day. It's Sunday afternoon. I'm just about to set in and edit all of the videos that I've recorded this week, and I thought I would give another taste of the sweet potato brownie. Okay, because we need to keep this in the fridge for freshness. But when it goes into the fridge, it gets a it continues to have that real soft, gooey texture, really soft. You can see it's falling apart in my hand. Okay, but it actually has the texture of almost like a kind of solidified ganache. It's so incredibly smooth. It's so chocolatey. I mean, even now, I mean, I've already had a taste before I clicked record, but ganache ice, it like real thick, chocolatey icing. It's so chocolatey. It's not remotely cakey. And the only difference I would say from a real brownie, which that it doesn't have, is the real great brownies kind of have this internal texture. Okay, they have this exact texture, but they have almost like a kind of dry and crispy top. This doesn't have the dry and crispy top. I guess because it doesn't have eggs to set that off. But it tastes so good. Now there is a real back note, earthy back note, really far back, which is obviously the sweet potato. But apart from that, these are absolutely fantastic.